orbit of the atmospheric pressure in the country. Anthony Gonzalez said this in the movie Amar Akbar Anthony in the year 1977. Frankly, the statement does not make any sense at all. But still, it has etched its place in the Indian cinema. And there are many among us whose throat go dry just at the very thought of mumbling a few words in this foreign language called English. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, welcome and good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
Which is the language that is spoken by highest number of native speakers? Anyone? There you are. According to SIL International or Summer Institute of Linguistics, Mandarin or Chinese is spoken by about 1,051 million people. Following it closely at more than a little over 500 million are the Spanish speakers. And just about 500 million are 500 native speakers. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you came to this Toastmaster Club to master the art of public speaking? Very good. And how many of you are here to become adept at speaking in English? Even better. But why is it when we are asked to converse in this third most spoken foreign tongue, we undergo the following symptoms? Our throats get parched. And we stutter, stammer and stumble as we move inch by inch from the beginning of the sentence to the period. And we think that this is just not possible, even at piecemeal basis. But do not fear. If you want to master the language, the best way to do it is have fun. Because English is a very funny language. Puzzle.com has compiled about 50 eccentric usages of language. In which other language would you have noses that run and feet that smell? And where else can you go to watch people play at a recital and recite at a play? In order to master the nuances of the language, let's take a look at the history. Oxford and Merriam-Webster's dictionary classified the evolution of the language into 4 categories: the Older English, the Middle English, the Early Modern English, and the Late Modern English. Around 5th century AD, 3 Germanic tribes invaded Britain. The Angles, who came from England, came from the northern part of the then Germany. The Saxons from the northwestern Germany and Holland. Jutes from Denmark. For the next 6 centuries, the language was evolved and had the effect of Franks, Latin from the Roman Empire, and the Norse from France. The Indo-European Language Community, which is an open source program on exploring the development of the language, says Norse had a profound effect on the language. It removed the gender completely. We can say the girl walked into the classroom, the boy walked into the classroom. If you translate this into your native tongue, you will feel a diametrically different effect. From the 11th to the 15th century was the development time of the Middle English. Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales are some best example of how this language developed. From the Merchant's Tale, there is no thing greater gratitude, which means there is no greater pleasure. From the Parson's Tale, she shall tellen is disfigured. Which meant she would tell of his disfigurement impure. And coming to the early modern English, which was best described by the works of Bard of Avon, William Shakespeare. Imagine if a Roman soldier walks up to you and says, "Where are thy leather apron and thy rule? What dost thou with thy best attire on?" You will be simply dumbfounded. Speak English, man! What it means is, where is your leather apron and your ruler? What are you doing with your best dress on? And coming to the modern English, which was propelled by the Industrial Revolution and all the colonies in the late 16th century. Even our very own country fed to the vocabulary of this language, as well as the new technological terms. So today, if you pick up a dictionary and you see terms like pucker, which means first rate, chutney, avatar or incarnation, bandhana or bandana, do not be surprised. And finally, a word of advice and encouragement. Do not ever fear the English language that you will be ever wrong, because it was never right.